Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan, Nair, and here basically we are discussing the next generation. Basically, next generation means attraction of next generation. Basically, we just basically discussed that IITs, IIMs, and basically the MBA groups basically are most of people are basically from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. So basically, there's lots of people says that these people basically are creating the future basically. But they say that basically literally we just get the data basically. We just get the data basically. How basically we can finish the next generation basically. How basically we can finish the next generation. How basically we can finish the next generation. How basically we can do that. How basically we can finish the next generation. So basically, they told that basically the person basically who told that basically North people basically are basically good. They do Chhat Puja. They basically are good people basically. They believe in universe basically go universe planets also basically. How basically they can finish the next generation? How basically they can finish the next generation? They are doing the Chhat Puja and they are basically believing in universe group also. Lots of basically people are staying in universe also of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. How basically they can finish your next generation? Then basically person basically was shocked basically. It's not possible basically. So they basically then he thought that basically they might be getting some data from some group basically. So that might be which group? That basically government group. Then government told that basically no, we basically do whatever God group basically say. That is God family. That are basically God family. Basically they say that basically whatever God family say to us, government do that. Then basically how many gods are basically there in this world basically. Then basically that count basically started. And up to what level the God basically have the permission to touch the each and every body parts basically of the each and every people. And this permission basically they have given to laptop companies, mobile company, power company, each and every permission they have basically granted. Basically you can access each and every people basically if they say anything, and if they do anything or literally to God. So literally they basically they have given the permission. Then basically, if anybody argues the God family, basically they say that we are a God family. You can't do anything to us. Then one of the person basically told that when Earth planet basically was created, that time basically he was not there basically. You God family was there basically. Then the question basically raised like this basically. Why the one of the argument person basically. God family was there basically when the Earth planet was created. Then he told them no basically. Then how basically you can say that basically this family generation is supposed to go further and not supposed to go further? Who basically has given you the rights basically? Then this basically topic basically created too much basically. This topic basically converted into too much basically what to say, too much arguments basically, too much arguments basically. The arguments basically was up to certain level basically. The certain argument basically reach up to certain level. For that, basically, God family says that we basically, literally, it's a digital world. So basically, we give lots of money to the USA, lots of money to the Europe also basically because they are into digital world basically. And nowadays, basically, it's a digital world basically. So if digital world, then basically USA is basically the master of digital. For that, basically, we literally spend lots of money to the USA basically because they are doing the God task. Set of basically rules and regulation are already created by the God family group, and rest of thing basically the digital world basically do. That is basically America. They say that basically we literally give the punishment to each and every people. We basically break his head. We basically give him chakkar. We basically give him. We break his eye also basically. We break his leg also. We break his stomach also. Lots of things basically they do because they have got the permission by the God family. By the God family, like this basically the permission basically got by the God family. Sorry, by the God family to USA. Then USA basically tells that basically we basically just are the software people basically. But when the real punishment basically comes into the picture, that time basically your local country basically only gives the approval basically. Then basically he told that basically what actually the USA is telling basically I am not able to getting it. This is basically one story basically. I'm actually not getting it. What actually the USA people are telling? They are telling that we are just a software group, and we are just literally just telling the software basically give this all punishment basically. Literally, but physically the punishment basically has not given. Physically, the punishment basically has not given to that particular person. Then how basically you can say that USA has basically done? We basically just send the data of the report to the certain basically countries basically just give punishment to this particular person basically to this particular person. Then basically the nuclear power companies basically of the local country basically comes into the picture, that each and every states basically have nuclear power company. Then basically they do the planning basically to give the head checker, to give the to damage his eye, to damage his nose, to damage his stomach, to damage his leg. Each and everything basically they do the planning basically. They say that basically this person has this done, then basically we will damage his hand. Like this nuclear power company design each and everything basically. Then they pass the data to energy power company. So just see basically how the security basically is getting maintained. One person is basically getting punishment, and basically nobody is supposed to track the punishment. Nobody is supposed to track the punishment basically. For that basically just see the basically the things basically created, sequence basically created. Then basically the energy company basically comes into the picture, power company comes into the picture. Then basically they said basically he is taking the 24 hours oxygen basically. In that basically we will do something basically, so that basically nobody can able to track it. Nobody basically can track this. Like this basically assume that basically when he was sleeping, that time basically they attacked his oxygen power supply. That time basically they attacked his oxygen power supply. And then basically they told that basically we have not done this. America says no, we have not done this. We have just sent the report only to the your local Indian government basically. They have done this. Then Indian government says no, 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 we have not done this. We have just passed the data to the nuclear power company. The nuclear power company says that no, we have not done this. We have not done this. We have just passed the data to the power company and the energy power company. Energy power company. Then they said that we have not done this. We have not done this. They says that basically whatever things basically he have eaten, whatever the things basically he was doing the activities. For example, he is doing the laptop. So laptop group basically passes the energy. Mobile group basically passes the energy. Whatever things basically he is eating, that basically groups basically passes the energy. So that's basically their headache basically. They have done this. Just then basically whatever things basically have finish that basically. That would be cheaper basically. Finish that restaurant, finish that, whatever things basically he has eaten from wherever basically. We have not done this. We will not finish our nuclear power company. We will not finish our power company. We will not finish our energy power company. Why we should finish? Then basically the argument basically reached to the government basically. And government told that basically, sorry, we basically can't interfere in this decision basically. That who basically has broken the thing basically. Then they passed the information to the High Courts and Supreme Court. Basically, who actually broken the head, who broken the eye, who broken the stomach basically. Then they says that basically he basically has done. Basically the court says that basically whatever proof basically we gets. According to that, basically we do the stuff basically. High Court, Supreme Courts. They basically say that whatever things basically we have the proof. So for that basically proofs gets creates. Proof also basically gets creates that he has basically done this. Just see the video also basically. He has done this. For that specially satellite groups basically say gets creates to just keep the track of information of whether he has done or not. For that satellite group basically keeps on image also, keeps video also. Few basically local groups says that why you are basically creating taking images from the satellite. We are basically there. We will take from the, we will keep the local mobiles, local mobile are there, local cameras are there basically. We will take the video recording of that particular person, whether he has done or not, whether he has done or not the things basically. So like this, the business basically got increase of the video business, video camera business. That basically came into the picture. That then basically came into the picture. Whether he has basically eaten this or thing or not. So we can basically the video group says that basically he has eaten this. We can basically do the damage of his body parts basically from his that basically whatever things basically he has eaten, whatever things basically has eaten, we will do something basically in that food things basically what with, because we have the record that we has eaten this food basically. If basically things basically go on basically out of the control, then basically we will finish that shop only basically. That would be cheaper. Yeah, basically then basically power company says that basically yeah basically this is good idea basically. Like this basically they created the system basically. Like this IIT basically says that we can finish the next generation. According to that basically the restaurants get creates, foods gets creates, special foods basically gets creates, so that basically the power company, energy company can attack to that particular oxygen power supply. So just see basically the special foods basically get created. The restaurant group says that basically we basically just gets the material from the shops basically. We don't do anything basically. Like this basically restaurant group also say that we have not done anything. We have not done anything. So all people basically says that no, we have not done anything. How basically you can say that you have any proof that we have done this? Then USA say that we have just sent the data basically that he has done this, give the punishment to that particular guy. Finish his basically everything, finish his career, finish his each and everything basically. So that basically is not supposed to get the human resources should say that basically he has a medical problem. Sorry, we can't give him job basically. Like this create the scene basically. Like this Bollywood group says that basically yeah basically we know basically we keeps each and every information. For that basically Bollywood group said we have created lots of software company to give the data for as a proof basically that he is not a good person basically. You are not supposed to give him job basically. You are not supposed to give him job basically. Like this Bollywood also basically enters into the business. Like this basically their money basically gets increased from 1 crore to 2 crore. They basically started getting from 2 crore to 3 crore, 4 crore. Like this basically 100 crore basically it has reached. Few people say that we will take the percentage, so 500 crore. Like this basically Bollywood income basically keeps on increasing. Like this new business basically keeps on increasing. New business basically gets on increasing. Like this Bollywood also basically entered into this attraction. That is basically his next generation is not supposed to go. His generation is supposed to go. Like this, basically, the topic is of which generation is supposed to go forward. Forward means basically you can say next step basically of the Earth planet. And which generation is not supposed to go next step. Is supposed to go next step and not supposed to go next step. What is next step basically? In next video basically we are going to देखेंगे. See.